Hey everyone, we're back. Kobold Kingmaker, episode 9, just after having defeated the Stag Lord himself. Of course, who would like to do the recap this week for your extra hero point? I know half of you are probably still eating, but
I could do it.
sure.
Go for it. So last time we took on the Stag Lord. This started with us getting some supplies and heading straight towards the Stag Lord's fort. We decided to wait till nightfall, and walking around the fort, we ran into some graves, and we're surrounded by undead. We had to move a bit faster, but no one saw us, we don't think. Going into the... Oh, wait, no, that was the session before, wasn't it? With the...
Yeah, most of the session was really just...
Yes, combat. Okay, so
Yeah.
last time we actually left off right after killing senile Spider-Man. He was weird. Anyways, we crawled up into the Stag Lord's fort. This whole place is just a mess. They definitely don't have a housekeeper. And ensued a very long combat against most of the fort, in which we actually ended up being victorious. I don't think anyone went down during that combat, except for the enemies. We released... Well, Yarm turned himself invisible to release an owl bear. I was probably a bit too reckless charging in, but I'm fine. That worked out much better than we could have hoped. And we ended up defeating the Stag Lord, going way over time, but it was having a good time.
Of course. We'll gladly do that, especially for something like this, something as climactic as the Stag Lord. And as you guys struggled to finally take him down, the spells weaved by Parent disabling him for most of the fight, Yarm passing out potions and poisons, keeping, their attacks at bay, lowering their damage, all of that. Giraffe doing what he does best, fighting. And Gaz getting behind them, giving flanks to his allies, pushing him around, keeping control of the situation. That is where we shall begin. With Amiri just having cut him down, you guys have a look at now the fallen Stag Lord and all of the items he has on him. Notably, his helmet seems to be certainly something that's not just a facial sort of hiding device, a mask, in other words, but seems to be magical.
Oh, so this wasn't just his face.
Certainly not. As if you take that helm off of his face, we see underneath a acid-scarred, man's face. Melted in some places as if from years ago, so to say. Yeah, certainly an ugly mug. No wonder he hides his face.
I wonder what all sorts of enchantments could be on that thing.
I wonder what led to him looking like he fell into a wad of acid.
Perhaps he fell into a vat of acid.
I kind of doubt that on account of not seeing any wads of acid around here.
Perhaps splashed in
that-
the face by some sort of an acid dragon.
Now, if it was a dragon, they would have killed him.
But yeah, all the items are there. You guys can drag them into the party inventory if you'd like, and have a look around the rest of the place. Parenth, as you're doing so, roll me a perception check. So as you're having a look around, you find in this back room some items of storage for them. Grains, dry goods, firewood, tools, meat, nothing of value, and it seems like, still stolen from people. They stored all of their necessities here. Though to your west, you do see what looks to have been the Stag Lord's room in the fort here, strewn with bottles all over the floors, hides sort of along the wall and floor that insulate it, but also seem very stained themselves. And yeah, a simple bed, a chest that is full of bottles on top of it. Certainly a long time of drinking.
I imagine this room has a very strong odor.
One that would almost be sickening, yes. But you see that chest there? Certainly might have something inside. If you brush away the bottles, clanking them to the floor there. I'll reveal that here. Oops. There are not two of them. There was only one. Yeah, when I have your token selected, hidden things are invisible. So sometimes I forget that I already put down the
Oh.
loot table. But yeah, it's Stag Lord's treasures, some items of value like azurite crystals. All of that just put into one item because I didn't need to place down like 7 different items for that.
Well, parents will definitely be quick to shove it into the bag of holding to be dealt with later.
Sure. All's quiet at the Stag Lord's fort here as well. You don't hear anybody else. Amiri took a seat sort of at the table there, resting with her wounds. Yeah, go loot the place. I don't care. Glad I was the one who took him down, though.
Aren't you glad you came along after all?
Yeah, it was a fight. Reminded me of some of the boys back home, though. Which made it all the better to cut them down.
Certainly reminds me of home as well, in all of the wrong ways.
No
Feels so
fond memories from
alive.
either of you, huh?
What was that?
No fond memories from either of you, huh?
Not from my tribe, no.
You live in a place where the majority of people are drunkards and barbarians like this guy is. I think you could relate.
You also do see the owlbear's corpse having been struck by too many of the Stag Lord's arrows to survive. Helped you in the fight, but you couldn't save it.
Oh, it's still,
I think it's worth trying. Can I make a medicine check to
Sure.
do so?
Oh, it's not dead yet?
It's a decently high DC if you believe you can save it.
Would anyone like to aid?
Yes, I will aid.
I'm busy.
That makes
I-
sense.
I shall aid. Let's see.
We're gonna tame an owl bear. I'm gonna use a hero point on that.
Okay.
starting off strong today.
Unfortunately, DC was 20. It spent
Ah.
a long while on the floor there, no healing from anybody. Unfortunately, it has passed.
It fought well. I tried.
It mauled you.
In the meantime, Kiba's over here investigating this body
Mhm.
that was on this the bed because he did not
Oh, yeah.
strike a lethal blow.
You did sort of like smack them with the pole end of your glaive there. They are breathing, unconscious, but breathing.
Check to be sure that their condition is stable and they're not gonna like bleed out or something.
No, they're good.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to carefully try to roll him over and bind his wrists.
Sure. You're able to secure him, make sure he's not going to be going anywhere.
Jazz is like going to loudly shout out, "Hey, is anyone here called Sneak?" And like try to watch if anyone on the ground is stirring by any chance.
You watch. Oh, the one who is bound stirs. 4 and a
Oh,
D4.
you're back with me now.
I heard my name. Who? Oh, shit. What the hell? Ugh. Just starting to realize what happened, just as all those memories flood into his brain.
Now, you're still alive.
Yeah, but everyone else is dead.
An unfortunate consequence of raising their blades against us.
I guess so. You know how to swing that thing. I didn't even see it coming before I was out cold. Why'd you keep me alive then?
Because I don't know who you are, and I'm looking for somebody.
We also have another reason. That one being your name apparently is Sneak, and one of our friends has some business with you.
Oh, you're Steg.
Who's asking?
People who were nice enough to spare you.
Right,
forget-
yeah. I am Fulgrim Sneak, yes.
Good.
Well, that's convenient.
We can deliver you to our dear friend Keston.
Okay, what? He's still around?
Yes.
Thought they were goners.
And waiting for you, indeed.
Oh, hell. He ain't still after me for ditching that job, right?
Well, about that. That is exactly why he sent us.
But that was
You were wanted alive.
Alive or dead.
We was gonna be goners if that went through. That was not a good job. We was fooled about the circumstances of it. So I took off. Part of my pay. I didn't want to stick around to die.
And what did he get you? You joined a bandit group and almost murdered us in turn.
I don't think I almost murdered you, but... yeah, what's a man to do when they're on the run?
How about going into hiding instead of joining the first bandit group you see?
I mean, that's easier said than done. When I got a decently warm bed here, just have to stick up a few people, and rather than try to survive out in the woods, I don't know anything about that.
The bandits around this area also don't leave people with very much choice. You should remember that.
Life, we don't get many choices. Yeah, doesn't matter now.
The fact is, you now have a new opportunity to hopefully set things right. I imagine if you share your story, things might go a little better, perhaps.
Well, Keston's got a stick in the ass. He's all about law. Always has been. Ain't no way I'm talking my way out of this one. It doesn't matter though. Perhaps the sale will be a little bit nicer. Or if they're execute. Well, hey, we're out in the stolen lands, right?
That's correct.
He doesn't have jurisdiction here. You can do whatever you want with me. Well, not anything worse than jail, but I could throw down my arms and just run off into the forest.
I wouldn't recommend running off. Here's what I would propose instead. Instead of immediately turning you over, we attempt mediation.
Are you going to be on my side on this?
For a bandit? This guy would have shanked us if he had the chance.
He's not only a bandit, he's a coward who, as we've already established, abandoned his group.
That's right. I'm a coward. I don't have any allegiance to the Stag Lord anymore. I'm running. I'm out of here. If you let me.
All of you here, you know full well, we've spoken with bandits before. We know that the Stag Lord had a tendency to force people into servitude here.
I do want
This
to,
could very well be seen as one of those cases.
I do want to remind you that he wasn't exactly pressed into this, but he ran away from his previous job and ended up here.
I heard something about new settlers and you them people. You the ones who are supposed to take control.
Very clever of you. Indeed, that is us.
Then don't let them outsiders dictate what you can do in your kingdom. If this is yours, it's your choice.
So if you're wanting to put your life in our hands, what is it that you can offer us that makes your life worthwhile?
A little brutal, don't you think, Parent?
No, not really. This is an interesting idea. I would like to hear more where this is going.
I mean, he got really lucky this time, because if he was just not knocked out, he'd have been dead like everybody else. So it's the same situation, is it not?
You can thank me for that one.
Look, I know where you can find some treasure.
Treasure is good, but it's not enough.
What else could you want?
He just looks over to Perrin because he honestly has no idea.
Servitude, perhaps?
Do we really wish to press somebody like this into service? He'll just run away.
Press into service? No, not quite. Making arrangements, however, perhaps we can come to some sort of agreement. If you... Perhaps we can speak with, Oh, let me search my thoughts real quick. His name was Castan Gares, wasn't it? Perhaps we can speak with him and come to some sort of arrangement where you contribute to our new little home here, work off some of this debt, so to speak, with some supervision, of course. We wouldn't necessarily call it necessarily pressed into service. You'd be free to, well, the alternative is going with Castanigras.
You're really making this sound like an unpaid career.
Well, it's more. Let's just go with rehabilitation, shall we?
Who
Paid
said
with
anything about
bed and
unpaid?
food.
So about that treasure,
Sure. If it'll help things, I know where. Well, I stashed away a piece of paper that it's like a treasure map. Obviously, I couldn't go on my own, and Stag Lord wasn't interested, but here. And he sort of tries to get up. I buried it out in the yard.
show me where.
Yeah, he is going along with you guys. He's not running or anything. It's right over here, underneath the tower. So it kneels down. If it's right here, any one of you can dig it up. It's in dirt.
Oh, parent, this must be this would be an excellent job for you.
Why would this be an excellent job for me? He points to Gaz. He's got a diggy thing.
But you have claws like a dog.
So does gas.
Compare
Was
to a
it
dog,
the
that's
wrong thing to
rude.
say again?
No, if you ask me, that was the perfectly correct thing to be saying here.
Oh, parent, I'm so sorry. I did not mean anything. I'm going to shut my mouth.
Gaz gets to work.
Sure.
Parents just looks upset.
Very quickly, you're able to dig up what is a treasure map that's sort of been wrapped in cloth to protect it from the ground there. And it details, after you spend a few minutes sort of deciphering it, it details a away through the Tuskwater region towards what would be a hidden burial cairn somewhere between the Gudrun and Shrike rivers due east from here. There's a little drawing of a sword that has sort of flames drawn out from it as it vaguely warns of traps and an undead guardian who had recently, or who had at one point, stole out from the tomb to reclaim their flaming weapon. Give you guys permissions for this as well, because it is a quest.
And I thought my computer crashed for a second, and I had this sudden shock.
A burial cairn, huh? The spirits entombed there will not be pleased.
Yeah, but what are they going to do with some treasures? Better in our hands.
Undead, you say?
Wait, we didn't get the XP for the
Oh yeah.
battle.
So, for the whole fort here, it is 200 experience points.
You know, I'm honestly not a big on robbing, and grave robbing in particular. It's kind of dirty work, if you ask me.
Is grave robbing what Saren Ray would do?
Well, Sarenrae, at the mention of undead, would want to go and strike them down. She is one of the main gods against undead.
Perhaps it's worth making sure there's no zombies walking around on our land. Speaking of which, there's also the zombies right outside the fort. Is there anything we should do about that?
It sounds like future us problems, if you ask me.
Well, they didn't chase us past there, so let's just deal with it later.
Perhaps if we run into Tristan again, he might have some advice. I will say, I'm very curious about this flaming weapon. I'm just thinking about how aesthetically pleasing it must be.
Wonder how you're gonna hold it if it's on fire.
You hold the hilt, you silly.
How am I supposed to apply poisons to something like that?
Well, that... You don't, I imagine.
Okay, so what are we doing with this guy? Let's not get too off track here.
Yeah, keep him around at Oleg's until we figure out our next move with him.
We would have to go directly to Oleg's from here.
Pretty much a 7-day journey to a week-long journey to get back up to Oleg's.
We could have Amiri take him up there.
That's right.
You think she's gonna like that, doing busy work?
We can always
my
ask.
name.
She's always welcome to say no.
Who's saying my name out here?
It's me, I'm saying your name.
Why?
Do you want to do us a favor and escort this deadbeat back up to the trading post?
Really? Why didn't you just kill him?
Travis
Because-
points at Kiba.
Because we don't kill those who are, who have yet to draw their swords.
Drew a sword
probably
earlier.
He's probably never drawn a sword in his life, given how he ran away at the first opportunity.
But if you really want me to take him, you gave me the kill on the Stag Lord, so why not? I was heading up back there anyway. So
We'd
like
really appreciate it.
grabs him by his shoulder. Alright, we're going. Don't want to waste any time that I don't need to. Alright,
Stay on our good side if you want to live.
Amiri, one more thing.
Oh, nope, she's gone.
yeah?
I would request that, see if you can convince, so hard. See if you can convince, Keston Gares to, allow this man to just stay there a while longer, so and not rush into anything.
So keep him there until you get back, right?
Yes, I do not wish for our good mercenary leader to do anything foolish, and yeah, basically yes. If they can both just stick around there until we can get this all sorted out, that would be for the best.
I'll tell him. No promises, of course. But
I understand entirely.
you got it. Shades out.
I've got a feeling that Amiri's definition of persuasion is a bit different from yours.
Well, either way, we did our part of it. We dealt with them one way or the other, so it's all done.
It's fine. Here I am trying to offer suggestions and solutions when we don't even have the means to carry it through yet.
We will soon enough. This land's ripe for the kind of law and order, I suppose.
So, where to next, guys?
Let's see about where that treasure would be on this map.
Before we leave, this
Hmm.
lock of green hair, Panther's gonna take a look at it.
Sure.
Is there anything like strange about it, or is it just some person's green hair?
Roll me a society check.
I think it was a Stag Lord's, and he was just shedding.
He did not have green hair.
Maybe he
I
died.
can't say I've met anyone with green hair.
1 second.
Well, the Earth's quite green with its.
Tatuk had purple hair. What's saying that other gnomes might not have green?
Parenth, you remember that? Yeah, dyeing of hair is just common in the southern sort of inner sea region, mostly from Absalom. Around here, though, not as common. But there are creatures that have hair that is naturally green. Or it's a gnome's hair. Who knows?
Green gnomes.
So always gnomes.
They're probably a foreigner or something. We'll probably figure it out later.
Alright. Anything else you guys do at the Stag Lord's Fort, or do you head out?
Yarm notes all the silver Stag Lord amulets on everybody. Seems rather cult-like of them. I can't imagine participating in such unsanctioned worships.
They didn't take you for their religious type.
I think they were just trinkets so they know who not to shoot.
Very likely.
I am a shaman. I know all about proper worship of real deities.
You were worshipping a demon thing.
Well, I know better now.
Also, while that talk was going on,
Hmm.
Parenth was looting corpses, so we have a +1 rapier if that's anybody's thing.
The edgelords, I presume.
Yes, it was his.
So much money.
I can wield a rapier, I just prefer not to.
Alright.
I will point out there's also healing potions in there now, and everybody should probably take one just to have on them.
I've got two.
Definitely a good idea. So, with that being said, and everything looted, I'm going to move you guys out to the map of the Stolen Lands. And it is here that you find yourselves, well, having a bit of the Tusquana region still to claim, as if you are going to make this the center of your kingdom, which it's well suited for it, especially with the Stag Lord's Fort, making up the foundation of what could be a keep of your own, I will note where this region begins and ends.
Thank you.
Like so. Basically the full hexes inside of that.
What about the treasure map? Where's the about where that would be? You said it was between two rivers?
Yes, between the Gudrun, which is here, and the Shrike, which is up where the soot scales are. So somewhere over here to the east of the fort.
Well, we might as well just do a big circle around the area.
I would love to.
Well, tracking down that thing shouldn't be too hard, right? They don't really run away.
I believe in my morning prayers I should be able to focus and attune my glaive to be able to specifically harm the undead. I shall give this a try.
You do that, I'll just focus on doing what I do best, punching my problems.
Mm-hmm. In fact, you guys can easily make a rest at the Stag Lord's fort here.
And we're probably also gonna heal everyone up with medicine and lay on hands and whatever.
Oh yeah, everyone will get fully healed unless something stops us.
I wasn't even hit once.
I'm also
Alright.
obviously gotta fix up the buckler again.
You know, once we've cleared out this place, this might be a good area. This lake seems to be pretty nice.
Yeah, despite the ruined fort, it's quite nice in this area.
There's still the zombies I wanna point out.
We can deal with them, but
Fine, they'll decompose.
we'll have to clear them out eventually. But look at all these rivers.
It's quite well situated at the conflux of many rivers across what would be your domain. That being
We go
said,
further. If we settle further north, around here, we would also be very close to our kobold subjects.
Subjects, you mean your peers?
My workers.
but with that, you guys rest, recuperate in the now quiet Stag Lord's fort. Next day arrives, and you're back out into the Stolen Lands. Where to from here?
Let's go in a loop, starting east. Just reconnoitering all of this.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine with me.
I would actually suggest west first.
We would have an easier time going back up to the trading post.
Precisely.
Well,
Only a little bit, though.
there is one thing to note. Getting across the lake, and sort of its connection to the other lake down here, would be difficult.
Which even further supports my idea of doing the west first.
Alright.
Because then
Alrighty.
because if we cannot circle around easily, then
Just come back to the
indeed.
fort.
Alrighty, I'm good with that.
West it is.
Let's start here. These guys come here. Half the day's travel and the rest of the day to reconnoiter.
Alrighty, I'll do the reconnoiter. That's perception. That's right.
Aaron wants to do the reconnoiter.
Can I do
Barrett
it?
wants to start being the one to do it. He's got the highest.
Yeah, go for it, Parenth.
What was draft thing?
I was asking if you wanted me to aid.
Can you aid on this check?
Yeah, you are allowed to.
Remember that the aid check is pretty high.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's not like I'm gonna crit fail.
So 8 checks
You have a-
are public.
Do you have a plus 10 to perception?
Awesome.
Almost crit failed that.
So, Parenth,
Don't worry about it.
as you are looking through this region, you find that there is a ford over this river here, though nothing of other note in this region. That being said, comes later in the day, and I assume you guys rest.
That sounds good.
And when you guys do rest, since you are in a more open area that's not like some creature's den where it would be easy, I do need perception checks. At least for 2 of you to be watch.
I can do it. Aranth, you want to take the other watch?
Grant doesn't like losing sleep, but sure.
You don't have to.
If you remove your eyes, you won't have to take watch ever again.
You guys
I would be willing to do it sometime if you wish for me to pull my weight.
You guys do take watch as rolled there. And both of you, sometimes parents you get a bit sleepy doing it, but otherwise nothing comes along, luckily enough. That being said,
To our knowledge.
to your knowledge, of course, you waken, and where do you go from here?
Probably keep going west to loop around.
Sure.
1, 2, 3, 4. I think we have.
Yes, we'll continue. We'll continue our west marches.
No, I don't. No, please, no.
Do you need your reconnoiter for this region here?
Straightforward. Can't believe Parent took the one job I was good at.
You'll be good at
You
this
ain't-
sooner or later again. Don't worry.
You weren't that good at it. I'm
Parent,
sorry to say.
it is here that you find a nice little pond that is connected to the river here. Some very nice trees alongside of it, sturdy ones, but otherwise you don't see anything of note here. It's a nice little glade at the very least.
Is crossing the river gonna be an issue to go down, or
At this point here, no, won't be too much of an issue. Or you can go back to the Gudrun, and so we don't have to worry about it. So, it is a place, however, that you will have to watch again for the night.
Oh boy.
Grant is too sleepy? Somebody else gets to do it.
Okay, I guess Yarm
I'll do
Well,
one.
begrudgingly accept it. Takes the time to do some shaman rituals, but to no particular god, because he has none now.
Oh, you could borrow mine.
Who, Shellen?
That's right.
I don't think that's how religion works.
Yeah, I'll ask Tristian if I can borrow his eventually.
It's more of a sharing than a borrowing.
That being said, though, you guys do rest the night. Something comes along that you know. Another day arises. I am rolling these in the back end, of course.
I do just want to remind that I am using alarm every night as well.
So that's helping. However, as you get to this sort of western region of the woods here, the Tuskwater is sort of flanked by this other river that goes down. To the west, you realize it is much deeper gnarl marches. So many trees, so many things to hide among them. But you guys can head south. Reconnoiter.
Too scary for right now.
Probably.
Oh, we'll be fine.
So, Baron, as you get to this region, it's a mixture of trees. These more dark fir type trees that are of the gnarl marches mix in with the lighter deciduous trees of Tuskwater. And you realize that in sort of a cleft, there is a open area that is dominated by a pretty large tree. One that has a massive trunk. Like last time I said that the sycamore is like double or triple a redwood. This is more just like a redwood tree. A little bit more squat than one, though. Its branches sort of loom over this little waterfall next to a couple of stones that have been, as you're looking at them, have been prearranged, strangely. I'm going to move you guys to a new map.
It's definitely cause for some investigation, at least.
Oh, I certainly must paint this sometime.
You
You
paint?
painting?
You did not know that I paint?
You never painted in front of us.
I've talked about it.
Well, I talk about communing with the spirits, and none of you believe me until I do it.
Once things settle down, I will be painting far more, I imagine.
Looks like Yarma's somehow recovered.
It's me not having the chance to put my potions and poisons on everyone quite yet.
Oh yeah, that's okay then.
Speaking of which, 3 of these. And 2 of these on every weapon.
Same situation?
Yep, same configuration as always.
Thank you.
Do you do the mutagens as well?
Yep, here we go.
I love the energy mutagen.
Pretty good one.
Thank you.
It's a little intimidating to try to use it, though.
Giraffe, do make sure that you have maxed out your HP.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, can you give me that back? That's my sample, not my actual energy mutagen.
Ooh,
Oh,
free
no.
sample.
It's the like stand-in, right?
Yeah, it's a stand-in for my macros.
It's a good way of doing
There
it.
you go. You can have that back.
Thank you.
As you guys arrive here, making your preparations, you do see these many stones that have been arranged in this glade here, with a large tree at its back, next to a waterfall on the side, some stepping stones beneath it, but with a ring of stones that are just at the edges of the shade of the boughs of the tree, as well as one stone that you are quickly realizing that has been spattered with blood, and a curtain that goes through a doorway on the tree itself.
This is
Approach cautiously.
Grant is mostly looking at the bloody altar-looking stone.
Indeed, that is cause for concern, perhaps. Unless they were getting a rabbit or something.
Isn't it like a kind of druid thing to sacrifice things for nature or something?
Do these stones look like they're natural, or are they moved here or made here?
So the stones that ring sort of at equidistance around the tree, they look like natural stones, but moved here quite a while ago. As if they want to be sort of an invisible fence upon this domain here itself. The rock here, this flat one, is a natural flat rock. Maybe moved here, maybe not, but it's here.
Is there any magic here? If I were to cast detect magic,
Sort of utter off the magical words for the spell. You don't detect any magic, though.
Oh, Giraffe.
Yeah.
You know all about animals, don't you?
Some of them.
What kind of animal makes this kind of blood?
that's oddly specific.
What do you mean?
Yeah,
Not sure O-type or like B-type blood has been researched yet.
Can't you lap it up and tell from that or something?
it's like Cheerio type.
I think
Sorry, I have to play Kiba.
I think what Kiba means is what kind of animal it might be from, but
Even then, it's just
Probably
red blood.
one that has blood.
Yeah, it's almost impossible. You'd have to have legendary medicine to tell.
So we know it's not a spider, at least.
At least, maybe.
If it can bleed, we can kill it. We know it's mortal.
we see like a quest marker right here for
Oh,
like the
you do.
treasure.
Oh, yeah, that is too. Well, that's because I revealed it to you, and I just
Oh,
put it
okay.
there for purpose of it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Well, actually shouldn't be there because I changed where you got
Okay,
the quest
before we
anyway.
go about murdering this fella, maybe we should see if we can talk with him normally before making plots to stab him in the back.
You think that we weren't going to do that? You think that we weren't going to announce ourselves?
I'm not murdering anybody.
As you guys have been stepping into this glade, not really keeping care for stealth, which isn't a bad thing, just, stepping in, you do hear a grunt from inside. Rich? Hey, who's there? You see
Hello
an old
there.
man start stepping out. Bushy beard, whip in one hand, a sickle in the other, some glass bottles on his hip. Old. And alone, out here it seems. Who's that? What are you doing in me glade?
Largely, we're just passing by, and we wish to investigate and greet whoever lived here.
Isn't me home? You don't need to investigate it. You need to come by here. Don't you know these lands are dangerous?
Not anymore, we took care of it.
We took care of some of it.
Yeah, some, not all.
We are here in general to try to bring a little bit more safety and order to what we call the stolen lands.
These lands are not stolen from anybody. They are kept by the forests, by the trees. They are for no one to claim.
What if the trees want it?
The trees never want invaders coming to the land to cut them down, to make chairs, furniture, and buildings out of them.
You've made a home out of one.
In harmony with it, it still grows, it still lives. Would a
Well,
woodpecker, what the hell is that phrase anyway? If a woodpecker could, would a woodpecker be invading upon a tree when it makes it its home? No, the tree still lives, and so do I.
Don't they just
in harmony with the trees?
punch holes?
Well, I'm a native here. I know a thing or two about living in harmony with these lands.
You live more under them. But
You do seem to live in harmony with the tree. I do have some doubts about your claims. He glances towards the blood. It doesn't strike me as all that harmonious.
There's nothing inharmonious about giving sacrifice. We've done it. People have done it for a very long time in the old faiths.
People do need to eat, Kaz.
Eating usually doesn't need ritual sacrifice, Keeper.
Do you respect the forests?
Does it?
Do you respect nature around you?
As much as I would like to say that I do, I can't say for certain.
You don't look like you've lived it. You look like you're one of those people from the cities, from the towns.
I will admit I am a city person, but I do not wish for our settlements to harm nature.
Your settlements. You're a settler. If you're going to claim these lands, I know what ends up happening. No matter what you say, they'll still come after you. They won't let you live in peace. They'll tax you. They'll take from you. They'll take your food. They'll drive your mother to death.
The bandits?
No, your kind, settlers. He whips he cracks the whip as he brings himself to a stance to fight. And as the crack of the whip is hit to the floor, you also hear and see, leaping down from the trees, 2 cats. Pumas, but they only have cheetahs in the bestiary, so I need you guys' initiatives.
oh, hey, I know these creatures. That they're not bad. It's little kitties.
Oh, I don't feel good about this battle.
Are these giraffes?
No, giraffes are much larger.
Huh.
Those kitties don't look all that playful. They look more hungry.
They really don't want to load in on the stream there. They just break on the stream, huh? Let me try one more time with both of them down. In terms of their imagery. It's fine. They are the cheetahs, as they say. Now, with your initiatives out, I'm going to roll theirs, and we are going to get to combat, as this old hermit is not happy with your approach into his lands. And the cats falling from, or leaping down gracefully from the trees are not looking happy either. The left one, as it leaps down, sort of like bouncing down from the stone there, it will then leap as a strike towards Gaz, using its pounce activity, or action rather. And as it pounces towards Gaz, it had rolled. No, it rolled perception for initiative, so it's not going to be flat-footing you, but certainly might when its jaws come tearing into you for a hit there. You take a total of 11 damage, Gaz.
Definitely holding up my hand and shutting on a quick prayer to counter that.
Alright, it will be enfeebled by that and reduced by 5. So a total of 6 damage to you guys. Cat pulls its attack, however, not enough to not snag onto your clothes. It will grab you with its jaws as its third action, with the grab trait. As it has you held there, we're now going to go to the hateful hermit. I'll teach you one. I'll either kill you, or make you running screaming. Starting with the weak ones first. Steps up, or strides up here, and then, with his focused hatred upon you, Parent, I need a will save. An ability here.
Beautiful.
You're not going to be cowed by this man's threats. However, you're still flat-footed even on the success of this ability. And with that, distracting you for a moment, they strike out with the whip. 11 on the dice, with you flat-footed, and with their focused hatred upon you, this will be a critical strike.
Oh.
No!
Oh, goody.
Parent, you are dealt 28 damage in total because of their sneak attack applying to this as well.
Oh, so he's not a druid, he's a freaking rogue.
Oh no!
So your lash there, it really stings. Put some welts on your scales if that's even possible, but either way, it really hurts, but you're still alive.
You got a Drake Fusion on you. They'll be fine.
Yeah, so when he was handed that Drakeheart Fusion earlier, it's in his hand still.
I think that's the assumption for every combat now.
Yeah.
Because you don't have anything else to do with your hands.
Yeah.
So that is one action. As my second action, I'm gonna try it, even though I don't know what his weak saves are. I'm gonna cast Hideous Laughter on him.
Okay. Rolls an 11 on the dice. He, unfortunately, seems to be not all that put together. Insane, even. And that gives him some resistance specifically to mental effects. He got a +2 to that, and it did help him succeed instead of failure.
It's like fire creatures being sometimes weak to ice and sometimes resistant to it. Being insane is sometimes like that. For mental effects.
Let's try to tickle his form. He does not care much for it. Giraffe.
Okay, I'm gonna start by striding in between Parenth and this madman in order to provide some cover.
Alrighty.
Then I'm going to double slice the madman. Try to get some poison down.
Sure.
Starting with the Mombele, then the Mangosh.
Striking out for them. Natural 1.
Let me use a hero point on that, if
Okay.
I can.
Pulling back, just trying to strike again. A 3 on the dice will still fail.
Oh, that's at least not a wasted poison.
Yep.
As he dips away from your first strike, you do come around with a second, trying to follow up. 2 on the dice, though. This man is surprisingly quick, putting you off balance and making your strikes miss there.
Well, that's my turn then.
Giraffe, or Keepa, your turn.
Lovely. Right. Well, I'm going to. I'm gonna try to help bring down one of these pets.
Okay. This cat has his jaws sort of into Gaz there by his clothes, holding him tight. What do you do to stop it? Or attempt to, at the very least.
1, 2, 3. I'm gonna move first.
Alrighty. Around the other
20
side.
feet move. And for the strike.
Mm-hmm.
Just double checking to make sure I was on the right weapon.
Mm-hmm. This
Split up, gang.
will be a hit. Roll the damage. So you're able to get into this flank. It can't both hold on and strike out. It won't take any damage from the positive, but it shouldn't take it. Yep, it didn't. Good. And the poison as well. Let's see. Rolls a 17 on the dice. Unfortunately, it is resisting it.
Great.
So, anything else, Kiva?
I'm gonna do a follow-up strike and call out to my friends. Everyone, do what you can to try to disable them, knock them out. Try to avoid killing.
Another slice down. Let's see.
Giraffe just kind of glares at Kiva, like, really.
Of course, I can always try.
He speaks of an evil force in this land. We'll need information from him if we are to deal with it.
Let's see.
I'm pretty sure he was referring to us as the evil force.
Well, pretty much, yeah. Okay, so non-lethal is a -2, isn't it?
Yep. -2 on top of a -5 from your map will make it very difficult.
Trying anyway.
Well, yeah, that'll do it. Roll the damage.
Good bit, crit.
Twirling it back around and slamming the pole end of it into them. They look very rough at this point, but not killed or put down just yet.
Oh man, this disrupting thingy is gonna be really annoying to look at.
Yeah, it's fine. It's understanding in the automation that it shouldn't be applying, which is very nice. So,
oh, thank goodness. Okay.
yeah. That being said, we go to the other leopard there. It will leap. Yeah, once you get a flank, these guys love their sneak attacks, so it's going to do a pounce towards Parenth. And because Parenth is still in the threat of that druid, or that roguish druid, whatever he is, you are still flat-footed to this attack.
Wait, opportunity attack. See, move.
Yep. Go for it. You see it going for Parenth there, you're trying to defend him, striking out. 13 on the dice will be a definite hit. Roll
Yes.
damage. Gonna make it poisoned as well.
I'd say eat poison, but this is an injury poison.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. 12 on the dice, and fortunately it still succeeds. Gonna need to be a tiny bit lower than that. If it just stops rolling higher than the 10, it might affect it, but does go round, does get hit by that, avoids the poison, and goes for its pouncing strike with the jaws against Parenth. Unfortunately, that is an 18 on the dice, but it is not a critical, at the very least. But it may just, well, put you down with 12 damage there, Parenth.
If the dice damage is hidden and I click the damage button, will it still work correctly?
Yep, it'll still work. Yeah, I usually do public for the stream, right? Why am I in private?
Yeah.
Let's do public.
You're in private because of the rest we were doing. You were rolling dice in private.
Oh, yeah. So, there we go, and that being said, it will then, since it still has 2 more actions, and this is not a flourish trait on the pounce, it'll do it again. Pounce over towards Gaz here, and strike out with the claw. Oops, hold on. I'm gonna, something's wrong with the music on the stream here. Hold on. What the heck is causing that? Why would it be doubling up? Let me mute one of those tabs, but it's not that tab. It should be another tab. Oh, I know what it is. There we go. Alright, and I will unmute this one. Technical difficulties. So, with that being said, it does miss that cross strike. It will go for one more. This time, 17 does still hit, even with the -8. It will deal
Objection.
9 damage if Keep doesn't interfere. Now it'll do, what is that? 4 damage to Gaz as it is enfeebled. That being the case, we go to Yarm.
Yarm starts off with a Drakeheart Mutagen in one hand and a skunk bomb in the other. He feeds the Drakeheart Mutagen right to Gaz.
Sure. Straight feeding it to Gaz. Gaz should be able to bolster up there.
And then he aims the skunk bomb at the old druid here.
Mm-hmm.
Top right corner.
Yep.
Oh, you need to move my initiative before the leopard?
Oh yeah, I should. Yes.
Oh, the poisons are one time, right? Like, so because I hit the guy and he
Yeah, the poison
his
should be
roll, I
down.
don't have it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So if you guys can right-click like the uses of your poison on your buffs there, that'll help. But Yarn, make the deck.
Yep, I am waiting for the strike to show up on my counter tab. Oh, classico.
That was me doing that. You may not have pressed it or something like that, or it didn't get sent off. Either way, 25.
Yeah.
Still hits. Roll the damage. Slinging off another skunk bomb. That'll be 5 to them. And put it out so I can do the fortitude save. There we are. Fortitude on him. He does roll a 10 total, or 10 on the dice, which will be way more than the DC there. Avoiding the worst of it.
He's 4 steep bulks.
Yeah, he's pretty formidable. With that being said, anything else?
Yarm is going to get his familiar to volley him a lesser healing potion and another skunk bomb.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it for his turn.
Alrighty. Gaz, we go to you.
The kobold's tussling with the cat next to him. He's not even like going to bother trying to get his stuff in order, and he's just going to strike out. And yeah,
Sure. Hey, that'll be a very good hit. Very close to a crit, though. Not a crit.
lucky.
Still, 9 damage. This is the one that's grabbing you, correct?
Yep.
That'll be enough. You crack the sort of piston out into them, and they fall to the ground dead.
There we go. That's one taken care of.
You also free yourself from the grab as they let loose from the jaws. You still have 2 more.
He will now overdrive. Because it's an act. That's a manipulation act for some reason.
Oh yeah, you're changing gears and pulling levers, stuff like that. With a 7, unfortunately, a failure.
I will re-roll that.
Sure thing. It is also 1 hour in, so you guys should have a hero point extra. Unfortunately, though, you're messing with all the gears. You just can't get this thing to go. It's been a while since you've used it.
Final action, Razor Shield.
Alrighty, shield goes up. Defending yourself there. We go now to the Mad Hermit. What is this? Some kind of joke. If you kill my pets, it only makes me more angry. And they're going to focus their... Actually, they can only use that in next round. They're going to, however, use the whip to try to trip Giraffe here.
Yeah, good luck with that.
This is athletics against your reflex DC. Your reflex DC is 18. They rolled a 17. They fail.
Oh boy.
They try to sort of like pummel, like push into you and then trip you up, trying to grab a leg with a thing there. They're just not able to. You just stand still and take your death like a man. This will be a hit from the sickle.
Oh,
Only dealing 9 damage though. They have to get flat footings too. And what else can they do here? What they're going to do is they're just going to keep attacking here. No reason to really move from here. Miss on that strike as you parry with the main gauche against the sickle. We go to your turn, Giraffe.
oh, cool. So I'm gonna go with everyone's favorite of double slice then parry.
Sure. First strike, 17 on the dice. Not a crit, but a hit. Slicing down, 10 damage there. This guy is tough old man. 15 there with the other attack will hit as well.
And this will activate the injury poison.
Oh, I was trying to hit the damage button when it came out, but we'll roll his fortitude save there. He rolls a 2 on the dice. You will be taking that 1d10 poison as well.
Oh, finally.
4
Woo!
damage there.
Yeah!
As he is affected by it, I'll make sure to add it.
And
Item not found. Okay.
there we go.
By the way, I'll keep track of it. With that being said, parry goes up. You put yourself in a defensive position as you broke through his own defenses. Kiba, we go to you.
I heal parent.
Okay, we'll take
That's
2
it.
actions. Rushing across there, trying to get him back in the fight. He's stirring there. Lay on hands. For 12.
And you get that lay on hands effect for the 1 AC for turn, per round.
So, is there a way to make it give me a wound automatically, or how does this work?
No, you just have to click the little pip there. And right-click the death pips in your, top left of your character. Yeah, there it is. So, with Kiba coming over and helping you, you were just stirring there and are able to at least do something here. What do you do?
Alright, well... Parent is very frustrated at this old man. As an action, I'm gonna have to stand.
Already?
And... I'm gonna cast Grease on his whip.
Okay.
I'm assuming the whip is 1 bolt or less.
Target and send an object to the creature. Must attempt an acrobatics check or reflex save. Okay. Doesn't have acrobatics, so he'll go for reflex against your DC, and unfortunately, 19 on the dice. He holds on tight.
As a free action,
Hmm?
oh wait, if I give myself quickened, I can't use it the next turn, can I?
Quickened? Yes.
Okay, never mind then.
You'll still have to use it on 1 turn and only get its benefits next turn anyway, because of haste only giving you its extra action at the start of your turn if you start the turn with haste. So if you want to use it now, that would probably be the only time.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Alrighty. Oh wait, no, this trigger is your turn beginning.
Okay, never mind. Disregard.
Okay, yeah, this is a different version of it since it has other clauses and stuff. Anyway, we go to this Puma cat here. Well, it's not done with gas. It's gonna bite him. Jaws there.
Oh, I think it likes you.
Miss. Due in part
Oh my
because you have your
goodness.
shield raised. They're going to go for another strike of the claws. 4 on the dice. Also rakes across it. Third action, they're going to get fed up and pounce their way. Yeah, this is the only place they get sneak attack. Parent.
Oh crap.
They know their abilities.
no.
And,
Wow. Wow.
well, Parent not having a good day here. They do get a critical strike. You are dealt 8 damage. Not enough to kill you. Especially with a glimpse of redemption.
Glimpse of redemption.
Down to
Attack me, you
3.
creature. Not him.
especially since they're also enfeebled. Like, you're reducing a lot of damage from that, keeping Parith in the fight.
I've never seen a scout so eager to be mauled.
Yarm.
Yarm strides up next to Parent. Feeds him the lesser healing potion.
Oh, wait, no, that's Parent.
I'm just gonna get crit again.
You're the
Oh,
wizard tank. You can tank all the damage.
You're in the one spot where they're getting their sneak attack effects, so
I don't know.
roll that
Yeah.
healing. 18, though. Apparently you chug that down and get a lot of restoration there.
Thank you, Jarm.
And-
Right, because of reach.
Just
I've
take
forgotten
it.
reach.
And now Yarm is going to use his skunk bomb on the leopard.
Okay. A pretty good hit. Roll the damage. The bomb towards the sensitive nostrils of this cat. It will be 7 damage there, and it'll roll that fortitude save. Well, that is going to be a critical success, unfortunately, as I keep rolling high on these DCs.
That's it for Yarm's turn.
Okay.
He's just eating up all the good rolls for you guys.
Yes.
He is going to strike out with a strike.
Mhm.
I will then attempt another overdrive.
Sure.
There we go.
That will be a success. As you're rushing over, you're slamming them, the levers down to sort of get these jostled together, and they do start turning.
And with his last action, he's going to drive an arm into this fellow.
Okay. Now forced to defend themselves from both sides, will be flanked, but this will still be a miss as they sling their sickle back to deflect the attack. Think you can sneak up on me?
I'm not sneaking. I was very obviously making my way over.
Let's see how you deal with me. Kitty's already did a number on you. They're going to stride.
Opportunity attack.
Mm-hmm.
Can I make an opportunity attack to grapple?
You cannot.
Okay.
There may be like a monk ability that allows that, but otherwise, no.
That makes sense.
That one.
I have a hero point. I'm gonna use it.
Sure. Whoa, okay.
Yeah.
Really wants the... yeah.
Yeah.
Double that one.
I'm just. Go on.
With the continuation of his turn, he is then going to try to trip Gaz with an athletics check there. The whip slinging out natural 20
wow.
means that you are slammed into the dirt. They sort of wrap it around the leg and you fall to the ground, taking an extra d6 of damage as you go prone.
Owie.
So flat foot, prone, and 4 more damage. Falling like a sack of bricks. He's going to go for an attack, multiple attack penalty, but this gets him a sneak attack if he hits. He does. Damage to you will be now much more, 17 points, guys. And with that, unfortunately, since you hit your head so hard going to the ground there, that was enough to put you down to 0. Just a few more. Giraffe, your turn.
Oh, I'm getting tired of this guy. I should have.
Remember to move gas and initiative.
Ah, yes. Let's move him.
Okay. I'm going to stride up between Gaz and him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to strike with my main gosh and then parry.
Sure. Natural 20. Bring you right back. Okay, so we got like pretty good rolls there. Pretty good.
I'm going to use my owlbear claw too to apply that bleed.
For the main gush?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
How much is it?
The bleed?
Yes.
It should be 2d6? I don't know. Let me...
I believe it is 1d6. Just from my memory of how things usually are.
1d6.
Yeah, 1d6.
So as you
I was
stab...
thinking about a different effect.
Oh,
from a different game.
1d6 plus the bonus to attack rolls, actually.
Oh! So
The
for-
item bonus to attack rolls.
So 1d6 plus 1 then.
Yeah.
Yeah, no striking stuff, unfortunately.
Shame.
Just
Imagine
edit that.
2d6 bleed. That would have been fun.
Alright, but you do wrench into him with the dagger there, activating the owlbear's claw to, well, make use of its additional effects, tearing in. That'll be
Why don't you water some flowers?
your turn as you raise that bloody dagger up to defend yourself once more. Kiba, your turn.
Repositioning.
Around the remaining panther. Or
Yeah, see
puma,
if
or
I
whatever it
can.
is.
Yeah, I see the bloodlust is running pretty high now, so. Yeah, I hate this. I absolutely hate this, but I'm gonna just try to take him out.
Yeah, go for it. 16.
People will need therapy later.
Almost a crit, but one below. Roll the damage. Still, 21, well, not exactly 21, but probably enough. 15 to kill it. As you slice down into its back there, it was trying to wrench down into Parent as he was trying to get up and escape. You can't let that happen. You can't pull your punches. Goes to the ground dead.
Well, it's I can give his answer.
And reposition.
Alright, getting up to be able to help your allies. Parent, now free from being mauled by panthers, or pumbas rather. What do you do?
And now I'm at a loss. Didn't expect to not be tormented. I'm gonna cast Befuddle on the guy, even though it didn't seem to work well with the laughter, but at least might as well try something.
All of his saves are high.
Sorry for
I'm
freeing
seeing
me.
that.
Well, even with his little bonus to effects of mental, which is almost everything with will saves, so that's kind of cheating by the developers, but anyway, that is going to be a failure. They are Stupefied 2 and Clumsy 2 for 1 round.
And then Parents is gonna get out of there.
Alright. Quickly, sort of a snap of befuddlement in their mind, we go to Yarm.
Yarm is going to go ahead and valet to his hands a skunk bomb and a what else do I even have? And it's a delicious oil, I suppose. He's going to go ahead and immediately skunk bomb the guy.
Okay. Slinging that across. Does look like his will save is his lowest, despite that +2. That'll be a hit. Roll the damage. Splashes over, 7 damage, and he makes that fortitude save. Oh, in fact, on Giraffe's turn, he should have rolled his poison save as well. So let's do that as well. Put out the poison for him. Natural 1 on the skunk bomb.
What?
Okay. Yeah, you didn't roll that, I did, so anyway.
Why couldn't I have rolled it?
They are blinded as the skunk bomb just bursts in their face there. As they're sickened and slowed 1 while sickened, so you guys are stacking up everything on this guy. Oh, man.
That's what he gets for critting me.
Do you put out the fortitude save for the poison, Yar? So I can
Do
roll
I
that
need
as
to make
well.
this save?
No, because it's exploding over in this corner. He does succeed on the poison, so the poison does not apply anymore.
Oh, so you accidentally rolled mine. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I did. So,
I'm so confused.
I had you selected, but I had a sheet up, and with that, I still rolled the natural 1, so it's fine. Anyway, Yarm, is that it?
He's going to ask Kiba where he's going to stand. Like, where he's planning on moving.
I kind of don't really have a plan for that.
Alright, I'll just assume you're gonna flank him then.
Okay.
Just gonna step over here.
Sure. As you go there, we go to Gaz, who is still on the ground. I need a recovery check.
Absolutely floored.
Success. You are no longer dying, but you're still at 0, unconscious. Now, as we go to this guy's turn, he's trying to rub his eyes free of that stink bomb.
Is that an interact?
Well, he's not actually rubbing, he's just narratively, not mechanically rubbing his eyes. Get this damn stuff out of my face. Where are you? He's going to strike out just wildly at Yarm.
Hi.
Or try to. 4 on the dice, with him being clumsy. Oh, he shouldn't have focus hatred actually up, but that wouldn't have changed any of the other rolls. That is a miss. As he tries to strike out, he also is blinded, so he would have to have rolled a DC 11 flat check, but no need if he's going to miss the roll anyway. Then he just lashes out towards Giraffe. 2 on the dice, and then he's going to try to sort of stumble away, rubbing his eyes. Mm-hmm. Miss. Just barely there. So with that being said, Hedges is blinded for 1 round, so he's still going to be blinded, which makes him flat-footed to attacks from people who can see, which means, Giraffe, you should have hit for this instead.
Oh, cool.
Wonderful.
10 damage
that.
there. Need to make sure he's
Damage.
flat-footed.
Are skunk bombs really common? Jesus Christ.
I mean, they look nasty, but I think the balancing factor is, of course, he won't be able to use it against a lot of creatures because of the poison. But hurts this guy pretty badly, as that's the end of his turn. Giraffe, we go to you.
Awesome.
Takes also that 5 bleeding
He's
as well.
bleeding out. Warms my heart. Anyways, I'm going to stride over behind him. And then double slice.
Sure.
It never gets old.
Noticing how much indirect damage Yarm has done because of the bleed, because of the bombs, because of the poisons, that stuff starts to add up, and these attacks
26 and 25.
are both hitting, not critting though.
I don't think I need to crit with this much damage.
So our unleashing a deluge of strikes. He's over there trying to keep himself, trying to free himself from this blinding, but slicing into his side, he sort of like rolls, and then you catch him with the pointed end of your dagger going through the heart, and falls to the ground dead.
Ah ha ha! I think I went too far.
With that, that is his fall.
Better him than us, I suppose.
Huh. Despite the grease on it, it's kind of a nice whip.
I do not feel good about this.
He
Look.
tried to kill me, Kiba. You can let that go unanswered,
We were
unpunished.
reasonable. We tried to talk to him. We were being nice. We didn't even threaten him. We were just saying hello, and his
I'm starting to
first-
pull out a potion, and I look at your arm to see if he stops me.
Sure, Yarm is going to stop him and quick alchemy up a,
I'm gonna put my
minor
name Josh in the guy's
elixir of life.
throat. Say no.
Hmm? Oh no, he can't be healed. They're healing Gaz, not him.
Oh,
he's dead.
Yeah, he's absolutely dead. I'll be right back, like 2 minutes, but you guys continue healing up and putting it on chat. So
Not that, sorry.
you're doing a really good job with Kiba.
God, it's so painful. These are so bad at this level.
They're good for this purpose. They're very, very good for this purpose.
As looks unhappy as he's got a mouthful of dirt and grass at this point.
Dirt,
Are
grass,
you
and
okay?
elixir of life.
I would rather not talk about what happened there. Seems like the corrupting force has triumphed here.
He seems like quite hell bent on keeping settlers out. It's either him or we break our promise to Lady Jamandi.
I don't think you could have said anything to this guy that would make him change his mind. He wanted to kill us.
I think I may have even made it worse. It was what I said that caused him to fly into a rage like that.
Yeah, but if he had that light of a temper, he would have gone on us for just about any small slight he could have imagined.
Yeah.
I'm back.
I understand what you're
What
saying.
kind of boss like that?
Imagine if we settled the place and then a citizen of ours come here without knowing. It's
Some
the wrong
innocent,
thing to him.
yes.
And, oh, you guys already looted him? Yeah, he had some poison on him.
Oh, I didn't realize that was poison.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, I read gravel root. I'm like, okay, so that's just some kind of rock. I'm so.
Those were in the party inventory, so Yarm could probably take those if he so chose.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ooh, stupefied.
Yeah, it was a choice. It was a choice between Citalesh and this stuff, but I thought I grabbed a Citalesh because Kiba has a lot of stupefying.
You always stack him. Like, Kiba could enfeeble anyway, even if somebody's stupefied, but,
Yeah.
that being said, as you guys step into his little hovel here of a tree, sort of this carved out interior, you see, fire, some bedding, some standard survival stuff, but also amongst it, you see some of the hermit's treasures here as well in this little loot box. So, healing potion, invisibility. And you also see, amongst some copper coins sitting around, a faded portrait of a young woman.
Oh, great. Why does everyone we kill have to have a loved one?
No, this is like, I think I've heard of this. They have these pictures of people, and they just like the picture.
It's art, you dolt, but I don't think this is like an artwork. It seems more to be a portrait of, a loved one.
I wonder if we could have reasoned with him somehow.
I doubt
Probably
it.
not.
He doesn't seem like the reasonable kind of person.
He seems very much insane.
I was hoping we could have knocked him out and then spoken to him later in calmer circumstances, but no, this would have just happened again, wouldn't it?
Shaylin appreciates the arts, doesn't she? Perhaps we can make it up for him by doing some Shaylinite stuff with this portrait then.
I don't think this guy was following that goddess.
It's about the thought, isn't it?
I'm starting to notice a theme here. This is like the third insane druid we've encountered and subsequently slaughtered.
Didn't this guy just say something about like the forest not wanting to be cut down or something?
He did.
We'll just not cut down the forest then. Easy.
Well, about that, I do plan to, do lumbering and all of that stuff. We do need it for as building material and whatever.
We can try to adopt sustainable practices.
Can't everyone just live in the mines?
We're not all gonna live in dirt hovels.
Yeah, some of us have standards.
But what he said does concern me. Forests obviously do not themselves harbor hatred or grudges of any sort, which tells me that there must be something else.
Yeah, but with any past thing, it's probably an indication. It seems that maybe that cursed temple or desecrated temple we've encountered is probably the source of all these problems.
Perhaps also the undead buried everywhere.
Either way, seems like there's nothing else here for you. Do you guys take the rest here, since obviously it's a safer spot?
Yeah,
Yeah.
What's that?
Kiba's going to be a little quieter and more downcast tonight than usual.
Okay. Since it is safe, no need for perception checks.
Did we get experience for that?
Yes, 120.
Oh, is it really that big?
It was a severe encounter.
Guy almost one shot me.
He
Yeah.
absolutely annihilated me in one turn.
If you guys were better positioned with those pumas, they also have their sneak attack, and they also can grab and then maul people as a single action with both claws. So yeah, they just didn't get their setup.
Thanks, I hate it.
That being said,
That was a heck of an ambush, though. Oh,
where from here?
There's really only one square left in the Tuskwater area. So
Western
Alrighty,
portion.
go ahead, steal my job, parent.
no, you can roll this time if you feel like you can do something.
Okay, I'll roll and I'll fail just for you.
Okay.
I will. It'll be fine.
It will be fine.
Oh, okay,
That's right.
cool.
So, you guys do find on the shores of this side of the Tuskwater Lake is some swampier lands. And as you're going along it to see if there's anything, dangerous lurking in the swamp or nearby, sort of this like lake swamp sort of connection thing, almost like mangroves or whatever. Not really mangroves. Either way, you find that there is the trickle of smoke coming from a chimney and some orange light glowing from an otherwise dour looking hut in the middle of nowhere on a little bit of a hillock that is on a peninsula surrounded by swampy water.
What are the odds that it's Pumpkin again?
What are the odds it's another crazy person that will try to kill us on sight?
I mean, hey, most of the people we've seen aren't crazy.
I mean, if it's another druid, there's like a 99% chance at that point that he's going to immediately try sticking metal into us.
I'm gonna move you guys over.
Well,
That druids can't use those.
Maybe if you guys didn't talk about how you're all here to settle their land, they wouldn't freak out.
Well, if we don't, then someone else is gonna come by and sell their lands, and then they'll freak out.
we didn't exactly open with that. It was a question that we answered truthfully.
I need to reload really quick. My map didn't load.
Yeah, it looks like the stream's map didn't load either. I'm gonna reset that.
Not mine either.
I like
Seems
the
like a-
lighting on this thing. We can see through the fence, but not the gate.
Yeah, that's a mistake I noticed.
That's alright. No worries.
It's a very very dense gate.
Let
Like a
me-
steel gate with like styrofoam fence.
I feel comfortable being back.
Yeah, I'm trying to reset the stream image. There we go. Oh, wow. Okay. That didn't go exactly where I thought it would. Doesn't show anything, though, so that's fine. Must log in. Why did it log me out? Damn it.
That did me too.
Huh. That's weird. Let me quickly, block my login stuff so people don't see on the stream.
Good plan.
Always how are fans supposed to interact with us if they can't hack the streamer account?
Parents shouldn't be in front. Is that what you're saying?
Here, I can do like something like this from my...
Can't you grab any rare item you want as well? Yes.
I believe it has it has to be a common item.
What is it?
Let me
Alright,
check.
now let me fix this so people aren't seeing. Yeah, that's the first image that showed up on my browser, so that's what'll be there. Let's see, scene view. I have to interact with it, log in from it. That's so weird.
Yeah, it has to be a common formula that I don't know, unfortunately.
So everyone knows the drill, right?
Mm.
Yep, give me the juice.
Alright, launch game. Almost back in. Stream. Alright, now I can remove the, well, I have to wait until it loads in. That's a really weird one. I haven't had people just logged out of their servers before. Alright, let's get this in and load that and get rid of giant gas. There we go. Alright, we're back.
Missed him already.
So, with that being said, you guys do see, yes, a fenced-in little garden here, guarded by what seems to be a haphazardly put-together scarecrow that reveals a hut behind it. On this gate here, there is a little bell.
Oh, how delightful! We can announce our presence this way without invoking any feelings of hostility. I'm sure.
Ring away.
I happily ring the bell with a smile.
Alright. So, as you
Can
ring
apply
it...
this-
Sorry?
Can you apply the poisons and the albatross real quick?
Yeah. Let's see. So, usual sit-up.
Yep, usual setup.
Okay, do a
There
little.
there should really be a way to automate this.
Yeah, it's one thing that I think I can figure out. I just haven't had much time.
That's fair.
Alright, so...
I know how you feel.
That being said, you ring the bell. There's a little small tingle of the bell. I don't even know what the word would be, but either way, you hear the door open, and you see, coming out from it, in a largely shadowed interior, with like long shadows because of a bunch of light, a woman dressed in, well, a lot of interesting clothes, puffy leathers and other things. She steps out, sort of walking with her cane. All right, I hear you. Hold your horses.
Wait, we have horses?
Uh,
Looks behind him.
That's what they say in the Raver Kingdoms, don't they?
That they do.
Did we forget our horses?
Most of us
Don't
aren't from
worry
the
about
River
the
Kingdom.
horses. They're mind horses.
We don't
Just-
have horses.
Mind horses?
Oh, you're an interesting lot. Who are you?
Oh, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. My name is Kiba. These are my friends Yarm, Gaz, Giraffe, and Parent. And we come bearing no harm. We simply are surveying the area, wishing to get to know the locals a little bit better and become more familiar with the region.
Roll diplomacy check. She seems at the very least receptive.
And then she's gonna kill us.
Seeing a sort of green skin on this otherwise human face of an old woman.
Is she actually green?
She is actually green skinned, yes.
So that's what happens when you eat your vegetables.
Yeah. Doing what with these lands? Doesn't matter. As long as you don't bother me with whatever you're planning.
Gas sort of looks nervously away but doesn't speak up.
For the most part, the goal is to not bother people where possible.
Then you won't be bothering me.
Largely, we wish for peaceful coexistence, to be perfectly honest.
Good. I'll introduce myself then, since you have some manners. I'm the old beldame. That's what they call me. I'm a witch. I sold my soul to a devil
Oh.
long ago.
Was it Old Sharptooth?
Isn't that what the kobolds worship? No. That's a ridiculous fantasy.
Oh,
That stings.
What sort of self-respecting devil would want to work with kobolds? Anyway, yes, I'm a witch. I have magics that you cannot conceive. I can help you if the price is right.
We are talking monetary price, right? Not like selling your soul as you did.
Oh yes, I still need to buy things.
Of course.
Of course.
Well, what kind of things are you offering us?
I can see into your futures. I can see into distant spaces as well. I can scry upon them. Divination is my forte.
Probably also give us information if we ever have encounters with devils and the like, right?
Perhaps I could, yes. I know a lot about the devilish kind.
was old Sharptooth truly a devil?
From what I know, one who reaches out, who worships something that, well, is the idol of a devil. There is something that may be listening. It depends on the creature whether or not it will respond to the prayers.
I'd always believed in him. But has any of our fortunes truly been his work?
Devils do not generally give gifts unless they want you to give them something in return. If they have not specified, then they will probably be not listening. But they have heard. They certainly may have heard.
This gives me quite a lot to think about.
Now, what would you ask of an old woman?
If possible, we would like to negotiate some terms with our future projects in the area. Hopefully, terms that are favorable for you.
Well, then you'll have to give me something in return. I care not as long as you leave me alone, as long as you don't develop my land too much. Don't build a city here. You can log whatever wood you want or set up a mine, I don't care. But I don't want it to be hustling and bustling.
Certainly much more reasonable than the other old insane fellow a bit to the west.
And second, something more immediate. You may prove that you respect the old beldame by providing me with something I've been seeking. Black rattlecaps. They are
That sounds... Oh, mushroom, yes.
They are certainly a mushroom that can be acquired in the most muddy and, well, decrepit locations. I happen to know of one in the south. It's called the Mud Pit. You'll find it by the black mushrooms that rise above it, though you only want the smaller ones. The big ones, well, you'd best steer clear of them.
Noted. So if you don't mind me being unreasonably curious, what exactly are you planning to use these for?
I would like to make a tea out of them. They have divinative properties if mixed correctly.
Oh, I see. Well, that's... Yeah, I can support that.
Certainly doesn't seem very uh, alchemistic, unfortunately for me.
All right, well, leave us with the best description you can, and we shall do our best.
To the south of here, somewhere in the Commonlands, not within Tuskwater, you will find the mud pit. They are small black mushrooms. They are the only small black mushrooms that you will find there. Otherwise, everything else will be larger, almost as tall as you, or red. You'll find them.
The sort that we will know when we see. That simplifies things, I suppose.
Gather as many as you can. I'll reward you based on how many you provide.
That's easy enough.
And
Well, I
those are
believe
my
I
terms.
speak for all of us when I say that we would be more than happy to do this as a show of goodwill.
Very well. Now, get off my land. I'll be returning when you have what you have promised.
Very well. I hope you have a lovely day.
Heads back into her hut. Closes the door.
What a admittedly creepy but lovely old lady.
No.
So, Kiba, are you okay with having a devil worshipper in our lands?
Well, it's the way I see it. It's largely for the gods to judge, and well, I personally am more concerned about whether or not a person is able to coexist peacefully with others. If as long as somebody isn't causing unjust harm,
She did say she sold her soul to one a very long time ago. She may
Yeah,
not
but
be
she
very
said-
interested in serving it anymore.
She seems nice.
Yeah, she's actually kind of reasonable, and as she herself has said, her terms are actually kind of pretty acceptable for it, honestly.
Nor can we even
Yes.
build here anyways. This is a swampy area.
indeed, I'm much more interested in the area around the fort. I mean, it's still nearby, but it is at least across the river.
You hear calling from the window. Oh, and rest here if you want. Nothing comes by. I've made sure of it. Just stay out of my garden.
Oh, well, thank you very much. We will absolutely stay out of your garden.
So, that being said, it's an easy rest. You guys awaken the next day.
Guess we go back up to the Stag Lord Fort and we explore the other direction.
Alrighty. So,
We could always cut down some trees and build a boat to cross the river, to cross the lake.
I didn't bring any wood cutting gear, did you?
Nope.
The best
Can't
I
you
have is
just-
my hatchet.
Can't you just uproot them up from the ground with your mining gear?
It's mining gear, not uprooting tree gear.
Well, you sound might less creative than the kobolds back at the mines.
I don't know how well I trust a boat made by Gaz.
Oh, come on. I take pride in my engineering skill. I'm actually kind of offended you'd say that.
Okay, make a boat then.
There's no reason to make a boat at this time.
So, as you guys are arguing about the merits of making boats, you guys make it back to the Stag Lord's Fort. You can rest easily because it's an easy place to rest at. And we'll start the next day with you guys moving to the right.
Rest easy with the undead in the backyard.
Oh yeah, seems like they don't actually move from there at all. But yeah, as you guys arrive in the
Interesting
east.
about that later.
Yeah. Roll me a perception check. To have a look around.
Let's add this time. We can alternate.
As you have a look, there's not that much interesting around here, from what you can tell. But you do arrive at a old trail's crossroads. And it is here that you are interrupted in your travels. by some looming forms from behind trees that start stalking out from them. I'm gonna move you guys to a new scene.
Oh no.
Goody.
Oh no.
Oh
Oh
no.
no.
So
Oh no, no.
Ugh, I hate that song.
Everyone does.
So, as you guys arrive here at this motley crossroads in the Tuskwater, you see a few figures blocking the path sort of up this little trail here. One of them, well, them all looking like wolves, but one of them looking like a particularly nasty wolf. With cunning in its eyes, intelligence in them, as you realize when it speaks. You encroach upon my lands. Who is it that comes
your
to
energy.
these?
Drink your energy mutagens, you two.
We are passing through. We are not hunting anything, so we will not be. Am I talking to a dog?
I am a warg, not some dog. My
Just-
name is Howl of the North Wind. You will respect me as such.
My mistake. Howler of the North Wind. Very pleasure to make your acquaintance. My name is Kiba.
Dispense with the introductions. You will know that these are my lands, my hunting grounds.
There is kind of a problem with that.
By these, do you mean just the nearby area or all of Tuskwater?
Just this 12-mile radius.
Very specific.
I'm not gonna say hex, but
Oh no.
you, I'll let you through if we strike a deal.
You're too kind. What deal are we talking?
I shall allow your movement if you do not warn others of the dangers of these parts. Let them come. Let us feast.
Oh, wait, so you mean like other people like us or like deer?
Any will do. We are hungry.
Can't you just hunt deer instead of people?
Oh, but people are so easy to hunt. The deer run faster than them. They are the weaker prey. Humans. No.
Well, as you can see, there's no humans. So,
kobolds.
this
A
one
little
is full of
stringy.
poison, pointing to the arm. You wouldn't want him. He's quite literally covered in the stuff.
We refuse your terms.
Drink your energy mutagens, you two.
Dragon.
Oh,
You won't have time there to drink those energies. I allowed you
Ah.
to drink the dragon ones, though.
I will drink the dragon.
Just
you
go ahead and drink a wolf. Opening.
Kiba picks a fight.
And rightfully so, against a warg that is neutral evil and wants to kill people on your land.
Yeah,
So
if they're,
Yeah.
if they're just hunting animals and stuff, it'd probably be fine, but no.
Yeah.
Yeah. These guys look like they have high fortitude.
I am going to take a gamble with my initiative today.
Oh no.
Why do I have so much... Why is my perception higher than normal?
check the modifiers of it.
Scouting move anyone up? a
Dracart
notch?
increases your perception modifiers, +2. But it also reduces your will and reflex saves, which will come up and will hurt you.
What do you
The
mean
armor
don't come
class.
up?
Well, not here, but probably not. But rule of thumb, monsters that are just like tough and brawlers, usually high fortitude. Spellcasters, usually high will but low fortitude. dexterous people, of course, having high reflexes. What is a low
It's
reflex
all high
monsters?
forts in this entire module.
It'll change. I promise you, actually. Right now, you're fighting a bunch of beasts and dumb bandits. Like, once you get to smart enemies, then they'll switch around a little bit. But, Parent, we're going to start with you as they start snarling and rushing out as Kiba rejects them.
Parent uses his weird stuff to go faster.
Alright.
And to start this combat, he's going to cast Loose Time Zero on the group.
Mm-hmm. So, did you also quicken your own time?
Yes, I'm targeting myself as well.
Okay.
But I can't use that yet.
Correct.
And he's going to cast Shield.
Mm-hmm.
Very exciting turn.
So there's a ripple of time for your allies. They feel lighter on their feet. They feel that the enemies are slower than them, but not slow enough, as this wolf will charge down, snarling towards Kiba. Sort of leaping up onto this log and attacking from above. We'll go for Jaws. 11 there will miss you, though. As you have fought wolves before. Have you? Have you guys? No, you fought boars. I'm thinking of another group.
One warg.
We definitely fought a warg.
Oh, yeah, you did. But this one seems a little bit tougher. It's going to rush forward. I'll make you regret your words. Also,
I'll make you eat those words.
alongside of Kiba, they're going to make a jaw strike. 6 on the dice, though. Will be a miss.
Love that.
They're going to go for one more. 8 on the dice, not enough. Get back here. Stop moving. This wolf will also come around to Kiba, and at this point, Kiba, you're feeling a little bit crowded in. They're using their pack tactics against you.
Oh no, they're kobolds.
Not loving it.
Jaw strike from this one will hit. Damage will be 3 damage to you, Kiba.
Oh.
Oh,
Also an extra d4 because 2 of his wolves' allies are next to him, so another 1 damage.
Oh.
Minimum roll.
But
So,
we shouldn't make fun of them out loud. They might hear it.
guess.
what
We
are
should
you
get
guys? Are you guys all bark, no bite?
I haven't heard that one before.
I
That's
feel
the
like,
last one time you hear it.
I feel like we should probably like not kill the big one. Having a guard dog that we can hopefully tame might actually be advantageous for us in the long run.
You want to take
Is that ethical? It's sapient.
Well, it's still a guard dog we can bend to our will, more or less. He's going to stride over here, overdrive, and hopefully succeed at that.
Remember, your move was free.
Oh, great.
Mm-hmm. That'll be 22. Success. Gears get in action.
And he is going to strike at the wolf that's currently flanking Kiba.
Mm-hmm.
How would you step away from my friend for a second?
Will be a hit. Roll the damage. Flashing out to 12. There, pounds into the wolf and makes a whimper, but otherwise keeps fighting.
I'll try another strike.
Pummel of the tools there. Natural 20.
Oh, goody.
I like that.
Pulling back and unleashing the powerful fist, not the other word, with the IS. But anyway, that'll be the wolf dead
Gas beats a dog to death.
as it falls to the ground. That'll be your turn. Yarm, we get a you.
Yarm starts off with 2 skunk bombs in his hands, but he's gonna drop 1 as a free action. Then he's going to grab the energy mutagen that's presumably, holstered somewhere on Giraffe's person, and then just feed it to him.
Aw, thank you.
Yeah,
It's
I
like a
didn't use
line
any last
follow.
time, so now I have to take things into my own hands.
What?
That's a lot of actions to feed him.
It's 2 actions, isn't it?
What do you? Sorry, say that again. The series of events.
He uses a free action to drop a skunk bomb. He uses another action to grab the energy mutagen holstered on
Okay, yeah, I see where you're going.
Giraffe's
Yeah,
body.
2 actions in total
And
for
then-
that.
Yeah, and then he feeds it to Giraffe. Then he's gonna skunk bomb the warg.
Okay.
If you're gentle, the yeens will lick the jello right out of your hands.
Got to reveal that wolf, but he's
You
coming up.
do
there.
have 1 free movement.
Yeah.
Planning on using the. Oh,
That is
okay,
a
nice.
hit, not a crit. He's able to
Uh,
jump out of the
bomb
worst
right
of it.
corner, by the way.
Mhm. So he will take 6. Other will take 2.
And now they both need to make a fort save.
One
And
at the
Yarm is
bottom
going to
is-
finish.
Well, yeah, the one at the bottom is going to fail, not crit fail, because they get
Yeah.
a degree of success higher. The warg is certainly fine.
Still slowed though.
Slowed one. and
Yarm
see.
is going to go ahead and use that quicken to step around to here.
All right. So as you rush around, we go to this wolf. You are seeing another wolf that's sort of stalking up there that was taking its time to get here. But yeah, this one rushes up with Yarm there. It's going to try to pack attack take down Yarm. But not with a 2 on the dice. They're going to
Oh
try
my gosh.
again. 15 with a multiple attack penalty would not hit
That's a hit. Oh,
unless they have you flat-footed. So
yeah.
they
You
do
gotta get
hit
to
you.
use my reaction on something.
This will be 7 damage there, down by 5 to 2 damage. It is
Enfeeble.
also enfeebled. It's 2 whole damage there. As they are sort of swarming around you guys, but these wolves seem pretty weak to you. Giraffe.
Oh boy. Okay, so thank you, Yarm, for applying that for me. I was struggling with my actions there. I'm going to move up behind the warg. And
Sure.
just
Try to not kill it at least, okay?
I can't promise that. I'm gonna slice at it. Double slice.
Okay.
Let's see, 2 fort crit successes.
As fighters are wont to do. But 4 will actually miss even with a flat footing. Mangosh comes around though.
Oh boy.
19 will be a critical. Roll your crit damage.
Hey, let's use an owl bear claw.
Alright, I'll add 1d6 plus 1.
And oh shoot, we never applied the the mutagen.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So we can do an extra d4, which will be doubled as well. 8 more damage. So I'll apply that, and then I'll go up and apply
Wait,
this.
why double? Is he vulnerable to electric?
No, it's because it would.
Oh wait, it was a crit.
Yeah,
How did I miss
Yeah.
that?
and it'll roll its fort save as well because of this poison. Man, alchemists are, well, they have a lot of attempts at things, nevertheless, as that is a crit success.
Indirect flurry rangers.
Essentially,
Well, I have one more action, and I'm going to use it to bite. Bite at the warg.
sure. Very nice though. We'll
It was
miss.
worth a try.
So
That's my turn.
let's get around there. You lash into it with the dagger pretty severely, though. Kiba, your turn.
Okay, starting out with Bon Mot at the work thing.
Gonna have
No
to.
wonder you're not people. You're clearly too slow and lazy to catch a deer.
That's a good roll. Let's see if it hits. It doesn't.
Reroll.
Okay.
It is past 8:30,
Mhm.
so we have another hero point.
Final hero point of the night.
If I can figure out.
Yeah, sometimes with these very long text boxes, it'll come. The dialogue will pop up underneath it, weirdly enough, to right click.
That.
With a 15, unfortunately, it's still a failure. And I will rip your insides out!
Not if I kill you first. I kill him first, or try to at least.
Let's see.
Here, hurry up and get over here, guys. Looks like the other two don't really want to spare it.
That's
Rerolling with hero point.
Okay. Let's try that one more time here. 9 on the dice, total of 18, with it being flat-footed, is one below what you would have... Actually, no, its AC is 19 right now, so it's actually 17, which would mean this is a hit with the flank. Roll damage.
Barely.
I knew it was the right choice to flank with Kiba.
17 there, so that not applying, it does so automatically. Only 15 from the total slashing, still a lot to it. It is very much near death.
Okay, that was 2 actions.
Oh, 2, right? So you have a couple more here. So,
Yeah, I haven't moved and I haven't done. Yeah, so I'm gonna try second strike.
sure. As Gaz best.
Oh!
Are you? I don't think you're making these non-lethal against a very evil creature.
No, I'm not making it non-lethal.
You slice down into it,
I'm here to kill.
yipes out, but otherwise...
You're very intent on this dog, Gaz.
I mean, well, let's see.
That's
Is
what-
it even worthwhile for me to reposition myself at this point?
I will tell you, as soon as the leader of the pack falls, the other wolves are yipping and running away.
Oh, well, I'm not gonna stop him.
Shouldn't we get them? Wild animals that once has a taste for human flesh will keep attacking them.
I don't think they'll be bold enough to do that anymore.
Without a horrible creature like that to lead them, they'll probably revert back to their natural ways.
No,
I hope.
my investment.
I mean, I don't think that's how it works, but
Gaz,
What did you even invest in this thing?
Gaz, that would be like me saying that you're gonna be my pet.
Besides, none of us would ever strike a fleeing target.
Sure.
Do you need ballistas around here?
Oh wait, that's just me, isn't it?
Well, now people can move through here freely without worry of being mauled by wild animals.
Well, why any intelligent wild animals?
I
Mhm.
feel no guilt about this one whatsoever. That's refreshing.
It's really nice when a champion gets to be bloodthirsty and kill things.
I know, right?
So, with that being said, you guys gain 80 experience points for dealing with that threat to your region.
18 or 80?
80. It will always be, if you hear 8, 80.
Wow, that was just as tough as the giant centipede, huh?
No.
Technically, yes.
No.
But this one
I'm
also
sorry
has
to
a
hear that.
clause where, the other wolves run away when the leader falls, so it makes it pretty easy. That being said, you guys don't find anything around here. This is an old crossroads, so I'm going to move you back out. And as usual, for dens of monstrous creatures that you destroy, it's a safe enough spot because nothing dares to go nearby it. So you rest, recover, and go for the next day. Where to from here? You had heard that that barrow was somewhere over here to the right. But there's more to the south as well.
Let's take the city route.
Probably do that one. Because if it's like a big encounter, I don't know if we should start it at this point.
Well, that's kind of meta. I think we should go there. It sounds interesting. It's something I want to check out.
Okay, let's go.
Let's
Okay,
go.
Sure. I can roll with it. Do you roll? Actually, no, you don't need to roll Reconnoiter because you have a map to it, so it is here. I'm going to move you guys right over there. And we're going to change the music because this is an old barrow. Dust and Bones. Aptly named. I very much like Enderall's music. Such good stuff. And also the
Is there a
Kingmaker.
module, at least for like me to be able to apply poisons without your input?
No. As far as I've
Bummer.
seen. I do need to check in on it. Who am I missing, parent? But yeah, it's something that's just like very mechanically intensive that they just haven't gotten to yet.
plays alchemist?
No one plays toxicologist in particular.
Mhm.
That's probably the more correct answer here.
I think toxicologist is really cool with all those different poisons. I like how Pathfinder makes the poison feel useful.
Yeah, I mean, when things apply, and you're applying a lot of things as an alchemist here. You have the owlbear going, you have all this stuff going. It's working. You're applying a lot of damage and like effects to people. But yeah, you guys here on the map?
Yeah.
All right. So for the purposes of it, Yarm, if you want to put the stuff out of chat so I can apply as normal. Oh, can you guys do it? If you right click on any of these, do you see like extempore effect with a star?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you can apply it to yourselves.
Oh,
Nice.
but I
Wait.
can't like forcibly apply it to them.
Yeah, because it's not an actual spell effect, it's just an extempore effect, which is literally just a marker.
What do I do to apply it to myself?
Right click on the Scintillash oil. You should see a drop down, extempore.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's a really
I
good
wonder
magic.
if it's possible to apply talismans to natural weapons like bites.
Hand wraps. If you have hand wraps, you can
Oh,
apply
okay,
them
that
to them.
explains it.
Terrence can use talismans on his skills in particular, but that's it.
Mhm.
Here, scale piercing for you.
Ouch.
Ooh, caltrops.
Just ignore me using you guys as pack meals.
I really want to make a character that uses snares a lot. That sounds like a fun character.
Nice.
If only we had a barbarian with hefty hauler or something around.
As you guys prepare yourselves to enter here,
Go over encumbered.
those of you who have dark vision can see into what looks to be a very dirty entryway here, where it seems like it is crawling with little insects through what is seemingly mud. No, that's bat guano on the floor. Sharp tang of ammonia fills the air.
Gross.
Well-
Rating it, raise.
I would like to lead
Can
the
I-
charge. I can't. Somebody, please get a light.
I gave you 5.
Did you say dark vision or low light
It's
vision?
really hard to carry torches with
Yeah,
more than 2-handed weapons.
those with dark
no.
vision can see.
Well, I've
Aaron.
got the hat.
Hey,
Uh,
Eba, would you like that whip I got off of that roguish type?
Perhaps we should just grab the rune from it
Maybe later.
later.
Well, if y'all need a torch, I've got a hand free now that I've got my buckler, so I can probably carry it now.
So, how do you guys proceed?
I am going to hold the torch.
Fair enough.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna mess around with this +1 whip I got.
Sure. The barrow awaits.
You need to apply the torch to yourself then if you're using the torch strip.
Yep, you have to equip it in one hand on your inventory tab, then go to the encounter tab and
Oh,
click
right,
the
right, right,
checkbox. There we are.
Nice, I can see.
So,
Okay, time to go. Definitely not gonna explode by bringing a torch in here.
as you guys find yourselves into this octagonal chamber here, it's caked with dust on the walls and grime as well, but you do catch glimpses of a detailed mosaic along the walls underneath all that grime. You see also a cobweb-filled tunnel that leads further down, has sort of a sloping roof so you can't see continually down it.
I want to study the mosaic, see if I can figure out any importance or context for it.
Also, those of you with searches, roll your perception checks.
Yeah, just
Should be. Search should be on, but I'll have to fix that.
also just to be sure, since this is an area filled with bad guano, Gaz is gonna check the ceiling if they're about to get ambushed by some really angry bats.
Well, it's very easy to look up, and you do see hundreds of little eyes looking down at you. And as you
Oh,
guys
the swarm.
come into this place, I need
Oh.
your initiatives really quick.
Okay.
I,
Can I use the perception I just rolled as my initiative?
No.
No, okay.
That
I'll
is
just
for
roll.
searching the room.
Takes one step into the dungeon, immediate encounter.
I kind of like had a hunch, but to see it confirmed like that is very funny.
Well, hey, none of you looked up and hadn't made your stealth or search checks just yet, so they do screech out as you sort of lift a torch or something or towards the ceiling. And with that, we're going to start with Parenth. What do you do?
Specifically, like on the mosaics.
Parenth kind of makes a weird, like, screeching noise. There's lots of flying bats and stuff. Doesn't appreciate it. I really need to get some, like, AoE spells or something. He's electric arc on it.
Hey, that's an AoE.
Not technically. It has to be an actual area that it strikes to be affecting swarms. Otherwise, it'll just deal the regular 7 damage as it sort of cascades through it. The swarm is also already burning up from the electricity. It's looking pretty badly injured.
They did save against that, so it should be half damage.
Oh, yeah, right, actually. So I'm healing them and then giving them half. Forgot about that. Either way, a lot of the bats burn. Anything else?
Parenth is gonna go back towards the entrance.
Alright. The bats sort of screech out, going this way. Do they have fly speed? Yeah, of course they do, so it's not actually showing the correct speed. They're going to go here, and I need reflex saves from Yarm and Giraffe twice. Just to begin biting with these fangs in them. They look like vampire bats.
Enjoy your rabies.
Shoot, I should have probably rolled the first one before I rolled the second one.
You can still reroll the first one if you would like. With your hero point. 19 will be a lot better. You, Giraffe... Giraffe, I need one more save. Reflex.
Oh, shoot. Sorry.
As they're biting twice. Well,
No, since it's a save, they don't get multiple attack penalty.
you both succeed. You are dealt, well, 4 damage because of the halving of both of those. That's it. They don't pierce flesh enough to start you bleeding, so we go to Yarm.
Yarm is going to go ahead and while he already has a skunk bomb in his hands, and he's going to target the bottom left corner of this bat swarm.
Mhm. That will be a hit. Roll the damage. Sling off the bomb. That'll be 8 damage, so this splash of poisonous, skunky cloud just immediately destroys them. They'll just
Doesn't
like
even need.
the cloud sort of
nice.
like blows up around them, and all of them just immediately start dropping with how vile that is. That'll be it.
Well, there goes the need for AoE weakness.
Yeah, good job, guys. I wasn't running away from them or anything.
Yeah,
You're-
telling yourself that.
You're afraid of rodents.
That was so startling. I was staring at the walls and didn't even notice them.
One.
Yep.
Also,
I'm surprised that your first instinct when moving into a cave that's obviously lived in by bats is to not stare at the ceiling.
Why would I stare at the ceiling if there's mosaics on the walls?
There might be mosaics on the ceilings.
I look at the ceiling.
you guys gained 30 experience points for that. It was very trivial. If not, a little bit frightening.
So a couple swarms of bats spouted threatening as a warg. Wondering if that would have made him feel.
But yeah, Kiba, as you are still looking at those walls, there's a lot of mosaic under the grime, but you would have to clean it up over the course of probably 10 minutes or so to really get the picture of it.
Well, I have a very useful spell for that.
Alright. Well, that'll make that pretty quick then.
Let's clean these walls, everyone.
So,
Prestidigitation is still limited in Pathfinder, but it's nice to see it used.
oh yeah. But that being said, you guys, magically or otherwise, clean up the walls and are beginning to see a scene come alive before you. Not really literally alive, but that's the sort of thing you have to specify when you're playing these games. Anyway, a few minutes pass as you find them decorated with crude mosaics of simple village life, hunting, fishing, and farming. Now comes the point where you have to figure out what the hell this actually means. Society check.
Here I go. Or anybody else who's trying as well.
This is recall knowledge, so it must be blind.
I messed up. I'm gonna lose that roll. I'm so sad.
Well,
Let's
might
hope
as
the
well.
next one's as good.
We have a lot of skill monkeys in this group.
I tried in society, so I'm gonna attempt.
Oh, come on.
Doesn't-
Which button auto hides it?
If you hold control, I think, or alt when you do something, that makes it blind. I think it's control. Or you can do the drop down in the bottom right. But, not much different, probably worse. However, Kiba, it's a good thing that I had you reroll because you hit the DC. It's a very hard one, in fact.
Oh, wow.
You recall this somewhere. You see these sorts of mosaics in a book that you had read during your studies of art. And you realize that this is village life depicted by ancient Kelids, and that the art style and certain fashions depicted exclude Taldan influence, suggesting this Barrow's creation predates the Second Army of Exploration, dating it over 4,000 years old.
Did you guys read the Pathfinder wiki articles? Because I didn't.
Basically, the Taldans did a lot of exploring. They were kind of the Roman Empire. There's your analog. And the Kelids are Viking, essentially. So that helps.
That is absolutely fascinating. What do you all think about that?
Do you know what the Kelids thought of grave robbing?
Hey, we never said we were gonna rob this grave. Maybe we're just exploring it to learn.
We shall decide what to do when we get there.
Are these
Besides, there's
spider
undead here. We can take them out. We'll be doing a good service for the land.
Are these spider webs just kind of like adorning the ceiling and walls, or are they like blocking our path a bit?
No, they're just up in the ceiling.
Oh, okay, cool.
You head down
Definitely not
these.
gonna be giant spiders in here.
Steps to drive the wizard.
Mhm.
Hey, that's a skeleton.
That is, as you guys step down the stairs, you can start to see this central chamber here, the 4 tunnels exiting it, north, south, east, and west. Parent, as you walk into the room with 4
I knew
strange, monstrous heads on its sides and a corpse in the middle of it, you
Wouldn't I be able to do a perception check because I'm searching?
do it, yeah.
Did the skeleton not give it away, Parent?
Listen,
Have you not
treasure.
played Souls games?
This is supposed to be my thing.
There's treasure in here, okay?
They're all pointing toward the middle of the room.
And the DC of the stealth of the hazard you did not beat, but others
boy.
who were searching can beat it and can warn you before that there's something certainly wrong here. So
By the way, in the bottom right, is that a bull or a stag?
it's a bull, not a
Yes.
stag, even though I
Okay.
used the same one for the stag, yes.
Hey, Parent, look out for the dead skeleton in the middle of the room.
Yeah, Giraffe, Kiba, and Gaz, since you were using searches, you can warn Parenth if you hit the DC here. Otherwise, he has walked into where he has walked.
I
Actually,
hit the DC, so I haven't rolled yet for this one.
yes.
Wouldn't it be funny if I beat the DC and then didn't tell him?
Kiba and Gaz, you very much realize something is wrong here. You yell out to Parenth before he can enter farther into the room.
Hey, Parent, usually when there's a dead body in the center of a room, it's bad to go in.
Stay out of the middle.
In fact, Your hunch is correct, especially with that nat 20, Kiba. Seems like the center of the chamber is where there are many stones that seem to be not as like grouted with the rest as if they could be depressed and trigger the trap.
I didn't even notice the skeleton. Thank you for the warning.
How did you? Okay.
But
There could be a giraffe in front of you, and you would never see it.
it also
How
seems
dangerous that is.
it also seems like the chamber's sensors on the floor are all through it, except for maybe like the landings at the edges. So you cannot get through unless you, well, deal with the trap somehow.
Or leap.
Or leap, yeah, I suppose you could if you had a running start, and even then it would be an athletics check. And
Well, about that,
I think that skeleton also leaped.
yeah,
Yeah, we could probably estimate how strong he was. I guess.
Terrence goes to the back.
I wouldn't have much of a problem of crossing this probably, given my enhanced jumping power, shall we call it.
Can you do that while you're carrying the big piggyback?
Are you just gonna dig up the floor?
No. I do have some tools for disarming traps, but I wouldn't even know where to get started with that, to be honest.
Interesting. What if we stand in a safe spot and try to trigger it deliberately? Then at least perhaps we could see what we're working with.
But what is a safe spot?
Oh, the stairs perhaps? We don't even know that for sure, do we?
Well, the spider webs are there, so if the trap were activated, the spider webs would have been disturbed, wouldn't they?
You still got that magic hand of yours, right, Baron? That you can try to push down on the plates.
I could, but I think Gaz was onto something. I think.
This isn't really my area, so I'm definitely going to lean on whatever you all decide.
Well, I'm positive we should be safe on the stairs here.
okay.
I guess Parent will use a mage hand to try to trigger the trap. If
Send
it
it
can
over.
apply enough pressure.
And a mage hand, how much pressure can it apply? It's like
Not much.
you can lift up light bulk items, so I think it'll apply enough as you really focus. Depresses one of the stones, and you hear all of a sudden the sound of gasping, as if all 4 of those stone statued heads start pulling air from the room. You also see strange magical energies sort of apparating and being pulled along with them. So, with that as well,
This sucks.
they begin to sort of exhale after that initial inhalation. And those heads continue to exhale, each of them, for a whole minute before it resets. And that little stone that was depressed goes right back up.
Well, that didn't seem that bad.
Then we just gotta figure out
Oh,
what
go
even
ahead and walk
is,
in then.
is the trap part of it. Is it the inhalation part? Like, is it going to try and choke us out, or is it going to try and choke us out with any sort of poisonous gas it might breathe at us?
Is there any way to recall knowledge about this trap? So
Roll
we just saw it.
me an Arcana check.
I have a really stupid idea.
Also, somebody roll me a nature check as well. Even you, Yarn, could do this as well.
I might be able to do the nature. Never mind.
Right, I'm skill monkey. These are high for all of these are high on me.
Mm-hmm. In fact, Yarn. The first thing you notice is that inhalation with its magical energies and the exhalation both seem like different portions of the trap that will probably not really do like pulling of air because there's not a seal in the room, but rather a pulling of a life force.
Ooh.
This trap seems to suck the life out of you.
Literally.
It siphons the spirit from everything in the room, I would presume.
Horrible trap.
I'm not sure what the second portion does.
And you also notice with your nature check about the heads, they look to be representations of the four winds incarnated to be malevolent elemental spirits.
4 winds. The cardinals?
Mm-hmm.
Seems like these are malevolent incarnations of, well, the wind that blows north, east, west, and south. Not sure what's so malevolent about them or why someone would put them in a crypt like this other than for defense.
Do you guys... Oh, you do have someone... Your arm has thievery. And you're surmising that, yeah, you could use your skills in that to perhaps disarm it.
I have what?
Thievery. To disarm.
Oh, yes, I do. Oh, I can do that?
What if you stuffed the mouse with bat guano? Would they just like not be able to suck up anything because their mouths are blocked? That's my
It's a
stupid
little
idea.
bit
By the way.
more magical.
I don't think we can even reach it without activating the trap.
Parent has that magic hand, Danny.
I'm not touching any bat guano.
Is it thievery or crafting for this?
Thievery.
There's
Gotcha.
like a feat you need to use crafting for traps, unfortunately.
There are some traps that do allow you to do crafting anyway, but most of them are thievery.
Is Gas not able to do this?
I do not have thievery trained.
Yeah, but so you don't have to feat for.
No, I don't.
Using-
It's like higher level as well, if I remember correctly.
I see. Alright. Well, I can try to take a stab at dismantling this and its spiritual energies.
Well,
Perhaps a bit mundanely.
you can use my tools. Have fun.
You're thinking a little bit more mundane. You'd probably just make sure that the trap isn't triggered by fixing the stones up in the center of the room.
Alright. Yarmer's gonna try that from the edge of the room. It's just a visible roll.
Yep.
I'm gonna guess at a crit fail.
Hmm.
You any hero points left?
Yep, I have to. I rarely roll myself, so I get to do this.
So, as you step into the room, it's touch and go for a moment, but you aren't able to, with this attempt, disable it, but you also didn't trigger it. The crit fail, yes, does trigger the trap. Also, you have an armor check penalty going on.
Right, because I have like no strength.
Oh, right, yeah.
Well, Yarmer's gonna disrobe and then try again.
Okay.
What is this, strip poker?
All right.
Leather armor just gets a little bit in the way. Because you're not strong enough to sort of like move. It's kind of weird. Anyway.
Right, I'll try again.
6 of the dice. Or that, yeah, that should be public. Because
That's
you
right.
can hero point it. Try again here. 18. Okay. So, I'll reveal that again. And for some reason on the stream, it always like goes down a little bit. There we go. With that, you gingerly go through the room. You find the stones that would trigger it. You sort of put little pieces of rocks to prevent them from depressing down. And you're pretty sure you've got all of them over the course of 10 minutes. It is safe enough.
Alright. Does anyone trust me enough to take the first step in there?
Absolutely not.
Then I'll do it.
You sure?
Sounds like Draft wants to go in there.
You seemed so eager before, Parent. What changed?
Skeleton.
The skeleton was always there.
I place my trust in you. I step forward.
Seems fine. Perfectly fine.
Second edition. There's no way this is an instant kill trap, right?
As you guys step into the room, you can start to see a little bit more into the north and south if you had some torches and light into them.
Oh boy.
You do see what look to be burial sections where you see skeletons, some having fallen away from their stuff, rotting over 4,000 years. North and south, you see them. But you also watch, as you guys have not been quiet in here, many of them begin to step up from their graves there, hoisting shields and axes or blades in hand, and start to sort of like slam their axe or their sword against their shield in this sort of war march up towards you guys. So the defenders of this crypt, well, they're going to come after you next time, as I do want to end a little bit early today.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
That being said,
Fall back to a choke point, maybe.
Ending on a cliffhanger this time round.
yeah. And having run a 4-hour, 30-minute session last time, yeah.
Yeah, we don't need to do that twice in a row.
Yeah.
So we'll end it here, and I'll see you guys next time.
Had a great
Bye.
time.
See you,
Good
stream.
morning, everyone.
Thank you for watching on the stream. This will be up on Monday. See ya.
See ya.
Bye.
Take
Bye.
care.